this is kind of an unusual spelling for some of you that may notice this, where you have a capital letter, then C, and then the rest of the name. McCarthy, yes. It's from Ireland and Scotland where they do that.
Kevin McCarthy.
Kevin McCarthy. He is the new
Speaker of the House.
Speaker of the House. How many people in the House?
400.
Pardon?
400.
437.
37.
200. 800. Yeah. 400.
35. 435.
There are usually 435. But something happened. There was a death of one of the people that was
435.
elected. His position, no one is there because he died since the election. So there's 434. Someone will be selected to take his place. Either an election or a appointed to fill that. So this is the House of Representatives. Who was the old Speaker of the House?
Nancy
Nancy Pelosi, right. So she is the old Speaker of the House. Now here's the word. Previous.
Previous.
Do you remember previous? What does that mean?
Old.
Previous.
Old.
Before.
Before. Previous means before. So, previous speaker was Nancy Pelosi. What day is today? What day is today?
1 9.
What?
1.
Day, not date.
Monday.
Today is Monday. What is the previous day?
Sunday.
Sunday. Now, similar word, means almost the same thing.
Previous.
Prior.
Prior.
What does it mean?
Before.
Previous. Prior.
Before.
Previous, before.
Before.
So, what is the prior day for today?
Prior. Sunday.
Sunday. Same thing, prior. This will come up, you will see this on applications a lot. They'll ask you about your jobs. What was your previous job? What was your prior job? It means before. What is your address? That means now. What was your previous address? What was your prior address? So anyway, that's the news. So we have Kevin McCarthy, Speaker of the House. What else? Something else in the news. Did you watch on TV? How much snow? About this much. Yeah. And not just snow, but wind. Do you know wind?
Yeah.
What is wind? There's a name for that when you have snow and wind. Who remembers that word?
Wendy.
Blizzard. That means the snow and wind are so bad. I'm looking I'm looking over here, there's Auni. I can't see him. Too much snow, blizzard.
Snow.
Many people died in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
One person was 100 feet. 100 feet is
Hi, good morning.
Erica, come in. Happy New Year to you. 100 feet from here to the end of the room, a little more, not too much. Went outside and couldn't get back home. That bad, and died frozen outside in blizzard conditions. So for those of you that have not experienced blizzard, snowy weather, be careful because you can freeze and you can get frostbite or frozen outside or in your car, especially young kids, because your little fingers, not much there, they freeze like popsicles. Ears, nose. So the blizzard in Buffalo area. Something else that happened this weekend in Brazil. Do we know Brazil?
Yeah, country.
Pardon?
Brazil country.
Where is Brazil?
North
Where
America,
is it?
South America.
South America. The biggest country in South America. And there was a attempted takeover of the government. Same thing that happened 2 years ago in USA happened in capital of Brazil, and people were rioting. They tried to take over the palace where the president lives, the Supreme Court, same thing. I don't know what happened today. We'll find out. So those are some things in the news. Let's see, I have for Arafat this one, and I think sign this one, take this. Always something in the news. And this sheet that I gave you up here, it says adverbs of frequency. What does that word mean, frequency?
Frequency.
You see that? Frequency. We know what an adverb is. Adverbs are words that describe verbs. But now we have the word frequency. What does that mean? Any idea?
Part, like part.
A little bit. Okay. How many days a week do you come to school?
5
days.
4 days.
So if I said, how frequently do you come to school? Do you come every day?
No.
No.
Do you come,
4 days.
but do you come every time there's class? Are you always in class? Or sometimes sick, take the day off, stay home with the kids?
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes.
If you come every day, never miss, we say, oh, he comes always. He always comes. How about someone who never comes? No coming to class. We say never comes. Always comes, never comes. We have words in between. That's what this is about. Words in between. And they're listed down here at the bottom. You'll see them. But let's take a look at part A, and you'll notice up here, this is called a chart. A chart. Chart. And it tells us days of the week on the top. And then on the left side, it gives us times of the day. So we have columns and rows. Who remembers columns?
Step.
Up and down, columns. Rows across. So if you look at the first column at the top, it's for Monday. Everything on Monday. First row, 7 a.m. Second row, 8 a.m. And it goes to 8 p.m. And then we have rows for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So take a look here, and I'll give you a few minutes to take a look at this schedule chart and see if you can answer the questions 1 through 5. And write in the correct answer. Notice there are different ways to ask a question. When? How many days a week? At what time? When you have a question like does, that's a yes or no. Then what? Get you here. And my sign in. Arafat, do you have my sign-in sheet? Arafat has it. Ken?
You have a pencil?
Go. Thank you. Okay, let's take a look here. And up in the chart, there's a word up there that says volunteer. What does that mean?
Help the people.
What?
Help.
Yes, a person who helps people, not a job for money, but a volunteer is someone who says, yes, I can help people just to be helpful, to be kind. Volunteer. I think the rest of these make sense. Okay, let's go here with number 1, and we'll start with Fatima.
When does video exercise?
So how would we answer that? When does he exercise?
7
7 a.m.
Pardon?
7 a.m.
So I don't see the word exercise.
Bike ride.
Bike ride.
Bike ride. So you have to make a jump and think, well, I don't see the word exercise, but I see bike ride.
Yeah.
So you have to jump ahead and think what that means. So the answer is
7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Every day.
What?
Every day.
Every day. Yes. If you said 7 days a week,
Every
you
day.
said every day, you're good. Number 2, Sumana.
How many days a week does Julio work? 5 days.
Right? 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Yeah. Next one, Farhana, number 3.
At what time does Julio go to school?
Go to what?
Go to class.
Okay.
8 p.m.
Okay.
2 p.m.
4, yeah?
2 p.m. and 4 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Well, you know, I could see how if you said for study,
Is
that doesn't necessarily mean class. Person can study at home. So I think in this case, we would just use the one that says class.
class.
And the answer to that is
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Yes. Okay, Fekri, number 4.
Does Julio eat dinner? If so, how often? Every day.
6
7.
p.m.
7.
There's 2 questions there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 p.m.
First question is, does Julio eat dinner?
Yes, he does.
First answer is yes,
Yes.
he does.
Does Julia.
Second part, how often?
Every day.
Every
Every
day.
day.
Right.
Yeah. And Bilal, numbers 5.
When does
Wait, hold on.
what
Does
you do once a month?
what is it?
Visit
Visit
Visit family
family.
once a month.
Yeah, once a month. Yeah. So notice when, how many days a week is going to be a number.
5.
At what time? That's going to be an hour. And does, to begin a question, does or did is a yes or no. And how often is going to be one of those words that they give us below. So let's go down to the bottom and take a look. And notice the range here is from 100% to 0%. 100% is always, 0% is never. And we have to kind of think what makes sense here when we use the ones in between. So usually is closer to always. Rarely and seldom is very close to never. In the middle is often and sometimes.
Sometimes.
They're pretty close. Always, often, and sometimes. So let's read these in between here. And so do we have here? Saham, will you read the adverbs of frequency?
Jonah always rides his bike in the morning.
Okay, keep going.
Jonah usually works from 8 a.m. at 6 p.m. Usually Jonah works from 8 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Notice with the word usually, it can come first or in front of the verb. But if it's first, notice there's a little comma. Do you see that? Usually, comma, Julio works from 8 a.m. But if it's not in front, no comma. Next one, Siham, keep going.
Jonah often has ESL class at night. After Jonah has ESL class at night.
Very good. Notice that same thing with usually and often. And let's go over to Lega, the next one, keep going.
Sometimes Jonah visits his family.
Very good, keep going.
Jonah
Is what?
Seldom.
Seldom.
seldom at home. Your neighbor has
Is what? Free time, that means nothing planned. Yeah. Notice seldom. Yes. That means almost never. Seldom. Notice that some of these you can put in front with a comma, and some we just don't do it. So for example, the word never. I would say, I never smoke. I would not say, never, comma, I smoke. You don't do it. Same thing with seldom. I seldom go to a concert. You would not say, seldom I go to a concert. It comes before. But words like usually, often, and sometimes, you can put it in front with the comma. You'll just hear it. It'll come to you. Okay, let's turn the page over here. And this you have to read the sentence on part B. Read the sentence and see if you can figure out which one is going to make the most sense. And bubble in the correct term. All right, let's go here to second side. And back up here to Sam, take number 1, read number 1 for us.
I'm never late to school. I always on the time.
Say it again.
I am always on the time.
On time.
On time.
Now, on time is an expression. We don't put a "the" in there. I'm on time.
On
Means
time.
at the time you should be there, on time. Notice that these are opposites. Never late, always on time. Back and forth. Each time. Yeah. Do the next one. Who's next? Jamil?
Yeah, I usually study at the levels. I often study at home.
Pardon?
I really study at home.
Rare. Rarely.
Rarely.
Yeah. Notice, read number 2 again, Jamil.
I usually study at.
But wait,
I usually.
usually. This is one of those words, US, usually, US is usually a S sound. But in this case, you will hear it as usually. That's just the way English speakers say it. If you say usually, it doesn't quite come off right. Usually. That's what you'll hear, usually. Yeah. So notice that usually at the library, rarely at home. Opposite. Yeah. Auni, number 3.
Every Saturday and Sunday I sleep late. I always sleep late on weekend.
Notice every Sunday, every Saturday and Sunday.
I never sleep.
So, pardon?
Never.
So always,
Always.
yeah. Always. What are weekends? What does that mean, weekends?
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday.
End of week.
So, and that's a term we use here for a lot. The weekend here is considered Saturday and Sunday. The weekdays, work weekdays, are Monday through Friday for most things. Although many people work on weekends, some people work every day. It's a little tricky. Let's see,
Number 2, always.
number 2. Number 2,
Rarely.
rarely. That's because Arafat, it says here, I usually study at the library. Almost every day at the library. Well, you can't be in 2 places at once. You can't be at home and the library at the same time. So rarely at home. Where are we? Number 4? Yeah, for Arafat, number 4.
Michel Sultan has time to study. He always need more time.
Never.
Never always.
Well, what do you think? He doesn't have time to study. He doesn't have time. What does he need?
He is need always.
He needs more time.
Always.
Yeah.
Yes,
Always,
he
always.
always needs more time.
Always.
Which one? Always.
Always is a better choice. Yeah. Abdel Kader, number 5.
Lisa goes to school every day. She sits down, misses class.
Very good. Where are we? Saba?
be quiet. We rarely disturb others.
What does disturb mean?
Father.
Bother, yes, very good. Okay, and Khalud, number 7.
They try to do 4 hours a day. They usually exercise.
Very good. So this case, a walk, exercise, same category. Very good. This one up here, just to clarify, because they use this, always and every day. So if I said, I always drink coffee, that means always. So then we don't use that. We'd say, every day I drink coffee. So if I said, how often do you cook dinner? How often?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Another way to say this, how frequently do you cook dinner?
Always.
Same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
How often? How
Frequently.
frequently? How about this one?
When.
When do you?
When do you
Time.
always
Time or day?
time?
Yes. So, if someone says, when do you work? Pardon?
Second shift.
I work on Saturday. If someone said to me, when do you teach school? So depending on what they're asking, I would say, well, I teach school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then they'd say, well, what time? And then I would say,
9.
9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. What time? So it's a little, you have to listen for the question to answer the question. And remember our question words, do you, did you?
How.
These are yes or no questions. Let's go down here to part C and see if you can, this is a little more complicated, and see if you can rewrite. What does that mean? Rewrite.
Again.
Again. Write it again and fix it.
Hello.
Look at that. A big sun. Do you think it will last? Pardon?
Oh,
No?
big sun.
What's going to happen
Oh,
No,
tonight, I think? Yeah. Snow tonight,
No, no.
I think so. That's what the weatherman said. Not like Buffalo.
how you,
I hope not.
yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you here a little bit. In my car, I always carry water, a bottle of water in my car. Always. Winter, summer, always some water. Also, pardon?
Yeah, open the door.
Well, I keep a bottle of water in case something happens and I'm stuck.
Yeah, stuff, yeah.
Something happens, I'm stuck, I can't drive, I need water. Okay. Also, I carry a blanket.
yeah,
What is a blanket?
something to cover it.
Something you cover, yes. Maybe no heat in my car.
The water it will be freeze, the water,
Yeah.
if you leave the water in the car, it will be freeze.
Well, it would freeze, but I put in new water every day. Fresh water. So, yeah. Something else that I carry, gloves.
No, yeah.
Work gloves in case, flat tire. I have to fix it. Something for my hands. Just an emergency. People that live in cold climates, places where it's cold, have to be sure that they have what they need. For example, do you know Alaska? Where is Alaska?
snow.
Right.
It's north,
Yeah, no.
yes. And it gets very cold in the winter. And people always have what they need in case they get stuck in their car, in the ditch. One of the things that people, and not always, but most people, make sure when they get in their car, they have
Oh,
a phone. Yes. So that's in case they go in the ditch on the side, they can call for help. The other thing they take is food. They carry food in case you're stuck there for a while. And blankets to stay warm inside. Here in Michigan, in January and February, we will have a few days that below zero, 5 below, maybe 10 below. And when it gets that cold, they will close the school. No school when it's that cold. But in Alaska, 30 below, 40 below, 50 below. Colder than your freezer at home. Colder than that. And sometimes, when it gets very cold, your gasoline in your car, it won't work.
Yeah, no,
Yes. So they have to wait. Yeah. Not here in Michigan. We're okay here in Michigan, but some places it gets very cold. People in Alaska have to. In Alaska, if you drive on the road and you see somebody stopped, car not going, people are required to stop and help. They must help. Here, people, yes, yeah. Because they can call and get AAA, 911, something. But It's a very different world. Something else they have if you live in Alaska and you're out in the country in Alaska, people carry a rifle, a gun. Why?
It is broke.
What?
It is broke all the time.
Why do they carry a gun?
How
Little animal,
What?
Animal.
What kind?
bear or,
A bear.
yeah.
Bear. How big is a bear? How big? See this light up here? The bear could go boom, boom like that and knock the light out. Very big. And they can break into a car. They can push through the window. They're very strong. Always looking for food. Bears are always looking to eat something. They think maybe there's food in there. And if you have a chicken sandwich, they can smell it. But if there's no chicken sandwich, what are they going to eat? You.
No.
Yes. Oh, yes. They eat people. Yes. If they're hungry, anything. Yeah. So, do you think you want to move to Alaska? I don't understand. Some people like it. It's very beautiful. Mountains, snow, fishing, everything. Too cold for me.
We have to prepare many sandwich with us.
You have to be prepared for it. Yeah. Let's take a look here. How did we do? The first one, this is a rewrite. We'll start up here, number 1 for Hannah.
He accomplishes everything that needs to get done usually.
And they want us to use the word usually.
He usually accomplishes everything that needs to get done.
Very good. So it goes in front, usually accomplishes. What does that mean, accomplishes? If you accomplish something, what does that mean? It means you get it done.
you get it all?
Yes, if you accomplish something, you do it. So, if I said, fill out the paper, all done, accomplished. All done, accomplished. Number 2, Samantha?
They are always very busy in the morning.
Very good. They're always very busy in the morning.
They are already. They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
They are always very busy.
She finds time to relax.
Again?
She finds time to relax.
Rarely.
She really finds time to relax.
Very good. She rarely finds time to relax. What does that mean, relax?
Rest.
Take a break, rest, relax. Number 4, Oni.
We often make time for our family.
What does that mean, make time for? That's an expression.
Make time for
Yes.
family.
Stay with me.
To stay with them over time, not like 2 minutes, but a day. Make time for the family. To do something together. Make time for something. Next one, Jamil.
He sometimes eats lunch in the office.
This is one where you could do it that way, or you could say, sometimes, comma, he eats lunch in the office. Very good. Number 5, Sam.
I got chance to take a break. I never got chance to take a break.
Notice that there's a chance.
H.
Don't forget those little words. That's another one of those expressions. Take a break. At work, where you stop working, have some coffee, take a break. Doesn't mean you break something. Take a break.
Lunchtime.
Next one, Bilal.
Erika finds time to exercise after work days.
So where would you put always?
Always time.
What?
Erika finds always time.
Not always time.
You can see always, comma, Erika, or
You could say,
always.
you could sign,
You got
Erica always
Always.
finds. Okay?
Or what,
Finds time
comma,
to
Erika.
exercise after work.
Erika always finds time.
Erica always finds time.
Yeah.
Part D, I'm going to ask you, now we've got these categories over here on the other side. Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely or seldom, never. But I'm also going to say, ask questions like, how often? How frequently? Okay, when? Do you? So let's see how we do with answering some questions. Okay, so let's start with, we'll start around the rope to hear. Fikri, we'll start with you. What do you sometimes do? Tell us something that you sometimes do.
Sometimes I go to the mall.
Sometimes I go to the mall. Very good. Fikri, how often do you go to the mall?
Maybe one day or one time. And weekend.
So you'd say one time on weekends.
Yeah.
So that would make it understood. Sometimes I go one time on weekends to give how much time? Over here, Abdel Kader, what do you seldom do?
No problem.
So use it in a sentence.
I seldom travel.
I seldom travel. Okay. Arafat, what do you always do?
Wow.
What?
What did you always want?
I'm asking you a question. Arafat, what do you always do?
What's the question? Call every library.
He always the work. He always got the work.
Study, I'm studying.
What am I doing?
Breathe.
I'm breathing. I always breathe. If I don't breathe, what happens?
Die.
I'll die. Always. So that's one of those things when we say always, it's a little tricky. So, Arafat, what do you do every day?
Exercise, work.
Do you work every day?
Yeah,
7 days a week?
yeah.
Very good. Wow, busy man. Arafat, what time do you exercise?
11.
11?
Uh-huh.
Very good. Okay. Let's go out here in the back and Lega, can you see me back there? My foot's tired today, so I'm sitting down. Lega, do you cook dinner?
Yeah.
How often do you cook dinner?
I always cook
কখন করে যাও? আমরা time দিচ্ছি।
Right now? Are you cooking dinner right now?
No.
No. How often?
I think
How many days a week?
second day.
So you could say 7 days a week or every day I cook dinner. So when you give often. Who's next here? Siham. Do you ride a bicycle?
No.
Do you ever ride a bicycle?
I never ride bike.
I never ride a bicycle. Okay, Khalud. Do you wash dishes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
When do you wash dishes?
After dinner.
Pardon? Every what? Every day. What time do you wash dishes? Okay, so giving a time. And Saba, do you come to school every day?
No. After.
Pardon?
I often
Do you come to class every day?
No, I don't.
4 days.
4 days. Sometimes.
Usually.
Usually, how many days a week?
4 days.
4 days a week. So we get used to these adverbs that tell about verbs. This exercise is about frequency, but we want to make sure that we understand in English how we speak and how we read.
He is a bad person.
This is telling about a person, a bad person, not nice, does things that are not nice, a bad person. I used this one before.
He is a bad driver.
He's a bad driver. Okay. It means this person, he, is a driver. And what kind of driver?
Bad.
A bad driver.
Bad driver.
But then if we use it as an adjective,
He is driving.
He is driving.
this is the verb, is driving.
Continue.
How is he driving?
Badly.
Badly.
Notice, not always, but usually,
Badly.
ly on the end tells you about the verb. So you would not say, he is a badly person.
No.
No. But now you're talking about what he does, his actions. You say,
Bad.
driving badly. So this ly, you'll see it, and for the next week or so, I'm gonna point these out as we, as we come across them, and there's a lot of them.
He's a cook.
He's a cook.
Good cook. He's a good cook.
He's a cook, God cook. He is what cook?
He's a good cook?
Yeah.
He's a bad cook. Adjective.
He cooks well. He
cooks
cooks badly.
He is
Cooks
good.
badly.
This is tricky in English, and you'll hear it. It's not really too important, but when you see this word good,
Bad.
it's an adjective. When you see the word well, it's an adverb. If I said, what do you do well? That means you're good at something, but it tells about your action. He drives well. He cooks well. He works well. People will say, oh, he cooks good. It's okay, you understand, but if you hear it like this, you'll know why. It's an adverb, well and good. And of course, people will mistake this one. He drives bad. That's what you'll hear, but what they mean is badly. It's referring to this. It's a little early, but I'm going to have to run over to Horizon, so we'll stop for today. And will I see you tomorrow? Okay. And Wednesday, we will spend time talking about Martin Luther King and some American history, how he fits into American history. Very important person. Okay. See you tomorrow. Did everybody sign in?